Hey, what's happening, Herpers? I'm Joe, and today I'm back with another reptile video, and this week it is a snake rescue, and we're going to jump right into things. The only reason I'm recording this intro instead of an intro the morning of is obviously there's a snake that needed help, so that took precedence, and also it was just really early in the morning. I had just gotten up, I was making coffee, and that is when my wife saw on the local Facebook page that somebody posted that there was a snake that needed help, and we'll just jump right into when we showed up at their house. So some of you may have already recognized the snake from the Facebook post, but this is a mildly, and I do mean very, very mildly, completely harmless to humans, but nonetheless still venomous species called the desert night snake. So here I am back at home with the snake. The homeowner who posted about the snake on Facebook gave me a coffee cup to take the snake home in, and now we can see better what we're looking at. This is definitely a night snake, and you can see he is obviously not having a great morning. He is stuck to a sticker. It looked like the homeowner was using these stickers to mark items for the garage sale. They were writing the price on them, but this just goes to show how a very small, inconsequential piece of trash to us can have some major impacts on wildlife. But I do have to admit that this is a first for me. I have never seen a snake with a sticker stuck on them before. What I'm much more used to seeing is snakes stuck to glue boards, which if you don't know, I'll just put the PSA out there. Don't use glue boards for pest control around your home. Even if you are just putting them out to catch the nuisance insects around your house, they catch all sorts of things from lizards to snakes to mammals, and they don't actually kill any of them. They just trap them there, where they usually end up either dehydrating or starving, or even worse, they end up being bait for a larger predator that will also come along and end up getting stuck to the glue board too. So stepping down from the soapbox and sliding it aside, I'm using the same method that is usually used for unsticking any animal from a glue board, and that is a little bit of olive oil, and I'm just using a Q-tip to spread it around the snake. I wasn't exactly sure if the olive oil would work on the sticker adhesive the same way that it works on the glue board adhesive, but it seems to be doing the trick. And just a quick tip for you in case you ever have to get an animal off a glue board, before you start trying to unstick them, it's usually a good idea to just kind of pour a little bit of oil all over the sticker or the glue board. That way, as the snake moves around, you don't have to worry so much about them getting restuck in a new place because the entire board has already been covered, or in this case, the sticker has already been covered in oil, so it's not that sticky besides the part that we're trying to get unstuck. And of course, this is a harmless species, even though he is mildly venomous. If you were to catch something like a baby rattlesnake, you should absolutely bring the glue board to a professional or somebody who has some experience working with venomous, and don't put yourself in that risk. But if it's some non-venomous species like this, and you don't mind a potentially embarrassing bite, you can proceed with caution and use this trick to help small animals that have gotten stuck on glue boards. From this angle with the camera kind of out of focus, you can almost tell why so many people mistake night snakes for baby rattlesnakes. But if you get close enough to get a look at the tail, you will see he doesn't have the rattle there, which is the easiest way to tell a night snake apart from a baby rattlesnake, because even when rattlesnakes are babies, they will have at least one little rattle button at the tip of their tail, whereas this snake's tail comes down to a sharp point. That makes it really easy to tell the difference between night snakes and rattlesnakes. Oh, and we are getting so close. I don't like the way his neck is twisting, but it's just his chin attached now, and oh, there he is. He is free. Get that nasty sticker out of here. And there you have it. Now that our night snake friend has been freed, I will talk a little bit more about him and what the big deal about night snakes is, besides them being the fighter of the day snake. I'm just kidding, there is no day snake, but these snakes are still great to have around because they are natural pest controlled. They will eat small insects, spiders, other creepy crawlies that you don't necessarily want around your home. And like their name implies, these guys are mostly nocturnal, so you don't even have to worry about seeing them do it most of the time. They'll come out and do their job while you're asleep. So you can think of night snakes as your all-natural nocturnal pest control service. But believe it or not, their diet doesn't stop at invertebrates. They will also take on other snakes, small lizards, and their eggs.
Well, I know it's cold out there, but what do you think? You ready to go back?
Alright, well, slither up into my hand and I will get you back home. No, slither into my hand, not under my hand. Alright, close enough. Let's get you home, buddy. And while I've got him in my hand, I will just show you what his belly looks like. Check out those ventral scales. They're almost translucent. I swear you can almost see some of his organs through his belly. His scales are so thin. And I do think it is a he, looking at the length of the tail there. I'm not entirely sure how sexually dimorphic male night snakes are from female night snakes, but usually the longer the tail, the more likely it is you are looking at a male snake, so I think this is a dude night snake, but I'm not entirely sure. But check out how pretty he is. I'm so glad that the sticker doesn't look like it did any damage to his scales. He didn't have any rips in his skin, which is something that can happen when snakes get stuck to glue boards or stickers for prolonged periods of time. So I'm so happy that this turned out as well as it did for this snake. And now it's time just to bring him back home. Sound good to you, friend? I like the little tongue flick. His eyes look so cool in the light. I'm sure it's probably brighter than he is used to though, so I'll go ahead and get him back into his coffee cup. I've stuck a little bit of paper towel in here for him to kind of use as a blanket / cushion his fall here, because he's not going off of my fingers as readily as I kind of wanted him to. He may be enjoying some of the warmth from my hands, but I just need him to get off my finger here. Here we go. Yep, there you go. Any second now. You can see what I mean by that nearly translucent belly with how thin those ventral scales are. And there he goes.
See if we can get him down at the bottom.
Now I'm going to need you to sit tight in there, buddy. I'm going to make this as smooth of a ride as possible, but my wife has the car, and I'm going to have to bring you back home on the back of my motorcycle. Sound good? Cool.
Alright, so we got our unstuck snake friend in the cup. I've got all my riding gear on, and we're gonna go head out and release him now.
And here we are. For anybody wondering how I was going to carry the snake on a motorcycle, I've got an insulated box on the back that luckily already has cup holders in it. Remember to tip your Uber and DoorDash drivers, people. And with that, our night snake can sit tight, and I will hit the road. Alright, pulling up at the house the night snake was found at. It looks like their garage sale is going well. I love to see that. We got a bunch of cars out here. And I'm going to just kind of casually walk up with our freed snake in a cup. And I'm going to try not to scare any of their potential customers and see where they want this snake released. So I am in the homeowner's backyard. They seemed like really nice people. They were so excited that the snake was able to get off the sticker without being harmed, and they told me it was cool for me just to release him right in their backyard, so that is what I am trying to do. But he doesn't seem to be in much of a hurry today. He might be a little sleepy. I'm sure he isn't used to being awake at this hour, and he probably hasn't ever rode a motorcycle before too. But with a little bit of coaxing, I eventually was able to get our night snake to head on out of the cup, and I tried releasing him right next to this big patch of agave. Usually these plants have roots that just kind of stack and stack on top of each other and provide a lot of space for lizards and snakes to burrow into it. And finally, after I pointed him in the right direction, it looked like he figured out where he was supposed to go, and he headed on into his new home.
So there you have it. The snake got back out to the wild, and the homeowners were actually cool enough. They found the snake originally in their garage, but they were cool enough to allow it to just go out into their backyard, which is always kind of one of the preferred outcomes for snake rescues. Yeah, you can move them a little ways away if you need to, but snakes tend to do better after rescues if they can be kept as close as possible to where they were found. So being able to live in the same backyard and hopefully not be too far removed from his food sources and the water sources he's used to using, he's going to have a really easy time just adjusting back to, well, he doesn't need to adjust because he's going right back to where he came from. So that is always a really cool outcome for any sort of snake interaction. And I think that is going to do it for today's video. So thank you first and foremost to the lovely family that called me out to help this snake out. Thank you for calling somebody to deal with the snake instead of just throwing it away or throwing it over the fence and not dealing with it. Really shocking number of people deal with finding a snake that way, so it's always awesome to find that there are good people out there. So thank you to that family, and thank you to everybody who watched the full video. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you're new here and this is your first time seeing one of my videos, you should know that my name is Joe, and I post reptile videos, shorts every single day, and I try to post longer form videos on this channel at least once a week. I'm slowly getting back in the flow for it. 2024, haven't missed a week yet. We'll see how long I can keep that up. But if weekly reptile videos and daily reptile shorts is something that interests you, then consider hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything. And with that, last order of business for the video is to thank all of the patrons who make these videos possible. Thank you so much to all of my patrons, starting with my head herpers who support this channel at the highest tier level. Thank you, Allie Ward, Amanda Lynn, Deborah Torgerson, Jane Cabin Girl, JCH, Lindsay Justice, Loki and Thor, Sierra Sicard, and Tiffany H. And as always, I would like to thank all of the other patrons of this channel who support at the other tier levels. You guys all really help keep me motivated to keep this channel going, even when YouTube might not be giving the channel the views that I necessarily want or hope to get on these videos. Knowing that y'all are out there and you guys at least enjoy these videos and are looking forward to them really helps give me the energy and the motivation to keep this going. So thank you for that. Thank you for the support. And just a reminder to all of my patrons, if you are seeing this on the day that it came out, you have a few more days to vote for what you would like January's patron chosen video to be. So if you haven't voted over on Patreon, you can do that now. And if you aren't currently a patron and you would like to sign up to become a patron to be able to vote on one video topic a month, as well as get your name in the end credits of videos like you just saw, you can do so for as little as $3 a month. And as I said before, it really means the world to me and helps keep this channel going. And I think that is everything for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a fantastic week. I hope you don't find yourself stuck to any oversized stickers. But most of all, I hope that you just keep herping.